I don't care what fucking you have to do to fix it, you goddamn robot. Oh, hey, Sparky, can you please fix whatever problem is going on? Thank you. I promise not to destroy your core. This time. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. Hopefully the technical difficulties are over. All of the news, none of the pants. I've been joined by Ren, Ishtar, and some fucking brony.
Die!
How's it going?
Hi, Antoine. You seem a little tense tonight.
You seem very tense.
I'm fine. I have alcohol now. I will be fine.
Well, alcohol does make things better.
All right. So, how is everyone? Now that we have at least this working, we got a Streamlabs, so I'm going to bring that up real quick. So go ahead.
Hi, Kadant. Hi, Raz. Hi, Grim Brooding. Hi, Vess. Sorry about the technical difficulties. If you guys could, shill us everywhere, that would be really helpful.
Yeah. Maybe Sparky just left a loose wire somewhere.
One can only hope.
Maybe it was the trio. Maybe they were fucking around again.
Maybe. All right. So this is my Snarky News broadcasting channel. And tonight we have apparently some wonderful stories that are going to entertain everyone and drive me absolutely insane. So,
hi, Mitzi.
Now, just to let you know, my co-hosts rely on me specifically for their intake of funds, and if I do not pay them, they will not survive. So right there is a Streamlabs link if you would like to go donate to help support the channel and help keep these wonderful ladies and a pony in working order. Everything will work. You can also do super chats and things like that. So, welcome. Hopefully this fucking works. So, we're going to start off with something that's going to entertain me. Moxley, you're up. Florida man first.
All right, let me rig up my cousin. I'll be right back.
You don't need to bring up your cousin. Why?
Because
he's been sneaking his cousin in the back door for some reason. I mean, we told him that it was okay if he just brought him with the first time around. But
he's been sneaking his cousin in the back door. That's dirty.
Yes. Ew!
Ew! You made that dirtier than it had to be.
I'm in the back door of the hideout, you perv.
Well, I mean, there's that. It's a thing, I guess. Who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows. I have no idea what's going on.
That much is clear.
Yes. We guessed that part.
Do you ever know what's going on, or do you just kind of depend on us to let you know and keep you up to date?
It's the cousin.
I believe my services were called.
He has a new background.
Yes. A bit of explanation, if you will.
You look like you're in the middle of a wrestling match as well as football.
Correction, I'm in front of the 2017 Jacksonville Jaguars, who made it to the AFC Championships before getting defeated by the Patriots. The reason why I chose the Jaguars and not the Dolphins is because Jaguars are playing Cowboys, and Cowboys suck.
Kiss my ass.
Later.
Wish.
Why do I see Ric Flair?
Ric Flair and Terry Funk, because one of my articles has to do with fighting.
Okay. So what article would you like me to bring up?
Oh, well, let's see. Florida man says homeless man on fire.
Okay.
All right, we'll start. Go big or go home, I guess.
I come in swinging.
Hi, Anvir.
Up here. Hello.
Hold on. The screen share.
Kadant's saying she just creates new doors.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I have to. I just kind of ignore him now.
Jesus.
All right. Well, there you go.
All right.
It is up.
Here we go. Florida man sets homeless man on fire after drunken argument, deputies say. The victim suffered severe burns to 75% of his body. Jesus Christ.
The face only a mother could love.
And slap. So good, I'm almost killing Ish. Jesus.
Let's not kill her, please.
Yeah, please
I'll
don't.
try.
I've been
Oldsmar, Florida.
slowly dying for a while now.
Don't do that.
I'm
A
working
man
on
is accused of murder after detectives say he doused a fellow homeless man with gasoline and setting him on fire. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office say that it happened early Saturday morning on property owned by the Southwest Florida Water Management District near Tampa Road and East Lake Road in Oldsmar. Deputies say Harold Rosenbaum, 44, got into a drunken argument with 60-year-old James Heffernan. Jesus, these are boomers fighting. Inside at the camp, the argument turned into a fight and spilled outside. There's where investigators say Rosenbaum picked up a gasoline can and poured gasoline on Heffernan, then set him on fire. Heffernan was taken to the hospital along with a 64-year-old homeless man who burned his hands and feet while trying to help him put out a fire. Oh, look at that. He had a friend.
Aww.
It's
Everyone
a heartwarming. It's a heartwarming story of friendship.
It's more. Oh God!
Their friendship
Ishtar,
burns like that fire.
What?
Bad.
What?
Bad.
What?
Bad jokes from my department.
It's a
Anyways,
hot
shall we
warm.
continue?
I didn't even plan that. That just worked out really well.
Yeah, see? Anyway, Heffernan suffered burns to 75% of his body, deputies say. Rosenbaum was arrested Saturday night and charged with attempted murder. Late Sunday afternoon, Heffernan died at the hospital. Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
On
man.
Tuesday morning, Rosenbaum's charge was upgraded to first-degree murder. Well, at least they got the bastard.
Small mercies.
Small things.
At what point in a fight do you go for the gas?
When you look like this.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure if I fight a guy while I'm drunk, I'm 95% sure I'm not going to set him on fire.
No.
That's because-
See,
That's
guys
because I'm 95% sure you wouldn't be able to reach him.
you
I got
go
no
for
legs.
you go for the gas after you've snatched the weave. Everybody knows this.
After you snatch the... You know, I don't even want to know how you know that.
It's girl fight 101, right, Ren?
Yeah. You always go for the hair first.
You go with claws, and you go for the hair, and once you got the hair, then you go for the gas. Every girl knows this.
Hey, you play for keeps?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to fight, you're going to win.
Especially if she's wearing the same dress as you. I mean, that shit's not... You don't play with that shit.
No.
All right.
Women are crazy.
Okay, so let's do we want to hear something cringy or do we want to hear something sciencey?
I had something funny and cute.
Funny and cute.
Mm.
All right, let's go with funny and cute.
When in doubt.
Tiny Hawaiian gecko accidentally calls a bazillion people from a hospital phone and wins the internet.
Aww.
Oh, because it's a tiny, cute gecko. Does he sell insurance?
Son of a bitch. That was my bit.
I don't know if he does, but he's cute.
Well, let's see. Yep, that's an adorable little
Aw.
gecko. Look at that smile.
Yeah, he's so smiley and happy. Dr. Claire Simone, the director of the Kaiai the hospital in Hawaii, for Hawaiian monk seals, earlier this week, someone left work for lunch, and her phone started ringing a lot. She thought maybe someone had a seal-related question. When she picked up the phone, it was utter silence. Seconds later, her phone rang again, and then again, and again. And each time, she got nothing but eerie silence. After receiving the 9 identical calls in 15 minutes, someone started to panic. The calls were apparently coming from inside the hospital.
Quick, they're coming from inside the house.
Yes. So she went back to work. When she called the hospital's phone company to get to the bottom of the phantom calls, a technician confirmed that a, quote, bazillion calls had indeed been dialed from one particular line in the hospital. Someone hunted from room to room until she finally tracked down the mystery dialer to the center's laboratory. There she caught her perpetrator red-handed, or rather green-footed. He was sitting on the touchscreen of the phone and making calls with his gecko feet.
That's adorable.
Yes.
I agree. The tiny little gecko has won the internet.
With his constant calling of people because he didn't know better.
Well, he's a gecko. He's trying to save them 15% by by switching their guy.
Jesus, man, English.
This drink is a little strong. He's trying to save them 15% on their car insurance by switching to Geico. There.
I do apologize now. I purposely made that drink pretty freaking strong to calm his cyber ass down.
It's delicious.
Exactly, Raz. The gecko was drunk dialing people from inside the hospital.
Yep. Alvir goes, I still won't switch to Geico even if he is cute.
He is an adorable gecko then.
He might have just wanted to talk to people. What if he was lonely?
Yes, Kadun, and Antoine's getting buzzed.
You see cute, I see deadly. They're starting to use phones. Next thing you know, they're going to start using guns.
Well, wait. Oh no, that's right. There are geckos in Florida. Run!
Exactly.
Razriel says he wanted to get him some naughty nurses.
Yes. He just couldn't figure out which one.
Which naughtiness? We're talking, I mean, there's like naughtiness is 1, naughtiness is 2. I think they're all the way up to 23.
But Razriel says it's top-notch tactics.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to science, because I do have something afterwards that's sort of science.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm going to contrast the cuteness with a test that can measure the dark core of your personality.
Oh, you're going to make me take this fucking test, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I didn't study.
Sorry. Narcissists, psychopaths, and sadists all have something in common: an underlying dark core of personality. Recent research suggests that so-called dark personality traits are all a manifestation of an underlying tendency to put oneself first at the expense of others. This underlying tendency, which researchers are calling the D factor, someone needs to they need to rethink that one.
The D factor. Put that on a t-shirt.
Factor.
D factor.
Yes. It can be measured with a new test.
I bet it can be measured.
You're killing the woman. Jesus.
Stop making me laugh. Previous studies have focused on the differences between dark traits because, of course, there is a difference between narcissism and psychopathic behavior in everyday life, said lead study author Ingo Zettler, a professor of psychology at the University of Copenhagen.
He's not a professor. He's looking for someone with 6 fingers because they killed his father.
That's Inigo Montoya. Wrong guy.
Sorry.
But we were more interested in similarities and commonalities, he said. The study was published in July in the Journal of Psychological Review. And there's a link for the test, which we're going to put you through, Antoine, but I'm going to finish my article first.
Where's the link?
No, I'm going to read you the questions.
Oh.
And then you're going to answer them, and I will tell you what comes out.
It's the D factor. I can tell you what comes out. You just have to rub it hard enough.
The D factor that Zettler and his colleagues describe in the study is similar to the concept of general intelligence, or the G factor.
That's for girls.
Apparently,
it's usually a spot that not many men know about.
Still haven't found it.
Well, it exists. Only certain men have ever found it, though.
Moxley, you actually have to touch one first to be able to know
Do you
where
have
it
like
is.
a map or something? Do I have to use like MapQuest or something?
We'll get you
Yeah.
a map and a compass when it's time, Moxley.
Thank
Don't
you.
And,
It-
and a little hat.
In
Oh, sweet.
intelligence, the G factor is a number that summarizes intelligence as measured across various types of tests. A person who is good at spatial reasoning tends to also do well on tests of verbal ability or math, for example. And a person's G factor has been found to be a predictor of life outcomes like job success, income, and even health.
When I was in school, I was able to take my oral exams really well.
Wait, what?
Usually, researchers focus on no more than 3 or so dark traits at a time, Zettler told Life Science. One of the most common groupings is the dark triad of narcissism, which is grandiose selfishness, Machiavellianism, which is the willingness to manipulate people to get one's own way, and psychopathy, callousness, and antisocial behavior. Zettler and his colleagues expanded the list based on previous research, testing a total of 9 dark traits. The other 6 were egoism, a focus on one's own achievements, moral disengagement, the belief that ethical rules don't apply to oneself, psychological entitlement, the belief that one deserves more than others, sadism, pleasure from hurting others, spitefulness, the desire for revenge even at one's own expense, and self-interest.
That sounds like most of the people that I know.
Apparently. In 3 separate studies, which several hundred to several thousand participants took online personality questionnaires, the researchers gathered a broad swath of data on each of these traits. They then used the statistical modeling to figure out if the traits tended to co-occur at high levels. In fact, the traits do tend to travel together, the researchers found. In fact, the underlying D factor is strong enough to account for an overall dark personality, even if the tests drop one of the 9 traits altogether. For example, taking away all questions about Machiavellianism, or even just pulling 75% of items off of the questionnaire at random, didn't change people's D scores much, Zettler told Life Science. That indicates that the D factor is a robust personality measurement.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
The D factor is robust in its measurements.
You are you're 5. You are. Information about a general tendency to behave in an ethically questionable manner can be obtained by measuring the D factor only, he said. Underlying all of these traits is a willingness to manipulate, use, or hurt others in order to advance one's own best interests, Zettler said.
Do you think he measures his D factor regularly?
And this
I'm
is
upset
why
that
we take the quiz.
Zettler said the researchers plan to study how the D factor develops over time, as well as how this underlying personality factor plays out in different scenarios. They also want to study how the factor correlates with specific behaviors. For example, there are already many studies on individual traits like psychopathy and narcissism and how they relate to workplace behavior, Zettler said. Antisocial behavior, aggression, cheating, this should all be related to the dark factor, he said.
So they're saying they wanted to see how the D factor matures, right? How it develops over the years. Usually it takes about 12.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, there are actually 3 quizzes here, and I'm going to put the link in chat so everyone else can go take it too.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So
There you
do I take this live or?
Yeah, you're taking this live. Because I'm going to read you the questions, and you're going to tell me. I just got to get the page to stop being a dick.
3 tests.
So I'm not going to click the link thing, since you're just going to read the questions.
I am. We're going to go with a rough estimate of your D score because there's only 30 statements, and we don't want to be at this all night. But they have a 30 statement, 60 statement, or 90 statement. The 90 statement says, I want a good estimate of my D score. more reliable estimates on 9 more specific dark traits, and additionally, my score on honesty and humility. Okay, the whole humility thing you would fail outright, so we're not going to.
Well, see, then I've already passed this test. We already know. No, anti-hero, this is not a test you should take.
Hi, anti-hero. How are you?
Hey.
All right, so we'll
Hi,
do the...
Vash.
Thank you, Vash.
Hi, Ray.
So let's go ahead and take the Psychofire. Psychofire. Psychofire.
What I said.
You said Sycofire.
I said Psychofire.
It's sicko.
See?
Whatever. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Sarah already... sorry, Ishtar already put the link in the chat. It's above you. All right, so go ahead and read the questions for the 30. We'll get this going.
Hold on, because it's being a dick now.
Well, it is about the D factor.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
God damn it, both of you.
We're guys. What do you expect?
Ugh.
They named it the D factor. What do you want?
Okay, so these are ranged from strongly disagree to strongly agree, and there's 5 options. Okay.
It's one of those.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
wise to keep track of information that you can use against people later.
Agree.
Okay. It's hard to get ahead without cutting corners here and there.
Strongly agree.
I would be willing to take a punch if it meant that someone I did not like would receive 2 punches.
Strongly disagree.
You should wait for the right time to get back at people.
Well, they do say a revenge is a dish best served cold. So, agree.
Now, you're supposed to be answering these honestly, Antoine.
I am.
Okay, just making sure. Part of me enjoys seeing the people I do not like fail, even if their failure hurts me.
Strongly agree.
Okay. I know that I am special because everyone keeps telling me so.
Say that one more time?
I know that I am special because everyone keeps telling me so.
No, I know I'm special because I know I'm special. So I strongly disagree with this bullshit.
I try to look out for myself first, even if it means making things difficult for other people.
Strongly disagree.
I have hurt people because I could. No thinking, just say yes or no. Or agree, disagree.
Agree.
It's true that I can be mean to others.
Strongly agree.
There have been times when I was willing to suffer some small harm so that I could punish someone else who deserved it.
Strongly agree.
Never tell anyone the real reason you did something unless it is useful to do so.
I disagree.
People who get mistreated have usually done something to bring it on themselves.
What's the middle one?
Neutral.
Neutral.
Whatever it takes, you must get the important people on your side.
No, I kind of disagree with that one. I don't agree with the whatever it takes.
Okay. Everyone has feelings that can be hurt.
Strongly agree.
I'll say anything to get what I want.
Agree.
I would not pursue what I want if this causes problems for other people.
Disagree.
I insist on getting the respect I deserve.
Yeah, I strongly agree with that one.
I feel entitled to more of everything.
No, I don't think I'm entitled to things. I strongly disagree with that.
Okay. I do not really consider myself to be more deserving than others.
One more time.
I do not really consider myself to be more deserving than others.
I agree to that.
I feel sorry if things I do upset people.
Neutral.
Wow. Things cannot always go my way.
I agree to that. I strongly agree with that. I understand things can't always go my way.
Even without any risk of getting caught, it is simply wrong to break the law.
It's only breaking the law if you get caught. Whatever the opposite of what it's agreeing to is.
Disagree.
Well, how did they word it again?
Even without any risk of getting caught, it is simply wrong to break the law.
Yeah, strongly disagree.
I am an average person.
Strongly disagree.
Considering the ways people grossly misrepresent themselves, it's hardly a sin to inflate your own credentials a bit.
I agree to that. I try and inflate my credentials as much as possible.
And we're all disappointed later. I would enjoy hurting someone physically.
God! Ouch!
That's some aloe vera. That burned.
Has a burn.
Oof.
I would enjoy hurting someone.
Shit! Did you know you just got thrown? Hard! Like she tried to cast you as an eclipse.
Yeah, she paid the price, though.
Stop making me laugh. I would enjoy hurting someone physically, sexually, or emotionally.
Strongly disagree. Well, okay, no, hold on.
You have 5 options: strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, or strongly agree.
But it says physically, emotionally, or mentally.
Or sexually.
Sexually or mentally.
No, physically, sexually, or emotionally.
No, I don't enjoy hurting them sexually. I enjoy causing pain. There is a difference. Yeah, I'll have to strongly disagree with these.
Okay. People who mess with me always regret it.
No, I disagree with that. Sometimes they have fun.
Damn right.
I have humiliated others to keep them in line.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Moxley knows perfectly well about that. Don't you, pony boy?
I'll slap you to the screen.
Most people deserve respect.
I agree with that, yes.
I keep my temper even if others make me upset or hurt me.
I try and keep my temper, but it doesn't always happen. So, I mean, I agree, but not really agree. It's not neutral, but yeah, I
We'll
agree.
go with agree.
Okay.
I do not care much for being acquainted with important people.
I strongly disagree with that. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
All right, let's see. Male. What year were you born?
Are you asking? Technically, I was born in the year 2016.
Okay, well, that's not an option here.
Then 1996.
Okay.
Never mind.
Shot it.
You're a boomer and you know it.
I am not a boomer. I was born in 2016. Technically, I'm a millennial.
Uh-huh. That explains everything.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Thank you for participating. If you would like to know more, blah, 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 please find your scores on the D factor and specific dark traits. If you find the...
So you're saying you're searching for my D?
Hey.
Joy. For all scores, the scale ranges from 1 very low to high, to 5 very high. Below the score in your relative position compared to other 77,693 participants of the study is shown. For example, a rank of 80% means that your score is equal or higher than a score of 80% of the participants. In interpreting the results, please note that the participants of this study are not representative for the general population, so that the ranks are certainly inaccurate. Also note that the results can only be reliable to the extent that you responded seriously and honestly. The dark factor of personality specifies the basic principle of underlying dark traits. D is a tendency to maximize one's individual utility, disregarding, accepting, or malevolently provoking disutility for others, accompanied by beliefs that serve as justifications. But simply, individuals in high D will ruthlessly pursue their own interests, even when it negatively affects others. Your score is 3.1 out of 5. and you rank 84%.
Okay, so I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, you're a little more than, average in darkness.
You're saying he has a very high D.
No, he has an average D.
No, I have an above average D.
He's very proud of his D.
Most men are.
Anyway, so
Love this.
you're not a complete and utter psychopath.
Well, I knew that.
You're also, not a complete and other negative traits. But that's all the score that it gave. I'm disappointed.
Well, I didn't take the full one.
Apparently,
you should
anti-hero. Apparently, anti-hero is.
And so is Cadant. They're both taking the 90 question one.
Wow.
That should be fun.
Oh yeah. So congratulations. You're not the full narcissist that I thought you were.
Well, sometimes life can surprise you.
I know.
There it is.
Kadun has a new hashtag.
Average D-Twan.
It's above average, D-Twan.
Okay.
Well, I have something that's sort of sciencey to talk about.
Ooh, he did his homework.
I'm so impressed with him. I put the Dark Factor link in the side chat, by the way.
I took it.
All right. So everyone knows that Gwyneth Paltrow is a wonderful genius and a scientist, and she has a wonderful, wonderful site called Goop.
Yes.
Apparently, Goop had taken some hits recently, and this is also the same company that sells jade eggs that are supposed to tighten and strengthen women's vaginas.
So Goop got gooped.
So here we go. Gwyneth Paltrow hits back at Goop critics. There's power in the human body to heal itself. And there she is, that wonderful scientist. So Gwyneth Paltrow, yes, very fit. Gwyneth Paltrow is hitting back at claims that Goop practices in pseudoscience. The CEO and founder, 46, recently sat down for an interview with the BBC, in which she addressed prevalent criticisms aimed at her company. Paltrow defended Goop's emphasis on alternative medicines and disagreed wholeheartedly with the pseudoscience claims. Because we all know alternative medicine is, not pseudoscience. So, I mean, chicken noodle soup cures everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a wart, just put Windex on it. That's not pseudoscience. That's real things. So we really believe that there are healing modalities that have existed thousands of years, and they challenge maybe a very conventional Western doctor that might not believe necessarily in the healing powers of essential oils or any variety of acupuncture, things that have been tried and tested for hundreds of years, she said. Paltrow continued, we find that they are very healthy to people, and there's an incredible power in the human body to heal itself. So I think that any time you are trying to move the needles and you're trying to empower women, because feminism, you find resistance, and we just think that it's part of what we do, and we're proud to do it. So, quick question. Where in the claims did it have anything to do with women?
It was made by a woman.
And the egg goes in the vagina?
All right. I mean,
You do know what those jade eggs are for, Moxley, right?
I don't even know what the hell it is.
It's a piece of jade, which is a stone,
Uh-huh.
the shape of an egg,
Right.
and
and women stick it up there and hold on to it, and it's supposed to tighten things.
Oh, so it's like Kegels.
yes.
But it is
Exactly.
It's also supposed to freshen and increase sexual energy and pleasure. It's
a
leading
rock.
to it. It is
Okay.
a rock.
As a jeweler, jade does not do that. That is not the function of that stone. It does not have the ability to do that.
Well,
Just so everyone knows.
I thought you were gonna say Jew for a second.
you know,
Oh,
look, Gwyneth Paltrow has hundreds of academic degrees. How dare you argue with this actress turned scientist?
Uh-huh.
Goop recently faced legal action for some of its claims. A lawsuit brought against Goop by 10 counties in California argued that the company made unscientific claims about the health benefits of their jade egg and rose quartz egg, which Goop advises inserting into the vagina to increase sexual energy and pleasure. And their inner judge flower essence blend, which they said would help prevent depression. Okay, Goop agreed to pay a settlement of $145,000. In the interview, Paltrow denied any fault and explained why the company decided to settle. We never had any customer complaints about it at all. We didn't have to admit any wrongdoing. Excuse me. But we just wanted to settle and put it behind us. That's not where the egg goes. It goes in the front. It goes in the front hole, Gwenny, not the back hole. She said, of course, as you learn and grow, especially if you're a startup, you have to learn on the job sometimes.
no. When it comes to advising people to put things in sensitive locations, this is not an experimental thing. This is something that you go and you talk to a doctor about before you start telling people to put things up things.
Goop has frequently faced criticism for their health claims, from healing stickers that cost upwards of $800 that they claim were made with the material found in spacesuits, to the chagrin of NASA, to advice from a doctor to try I'm sorry, I can't finish. To try vagina steaming.
Mm-hmm.
What is vagina steaming?
I'm guessing where you steam your vagina.
Uh-huh.
Why?
It's supposed to make it look more youthful.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Antihero says, so I am a Machiavellian sadistic psychopath.
Well, did you take it?
Or did Shade take it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the honest way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's horrible. All of it's horrible. All right. So, let's move on.
Hi, Penoid.
Hey.
Let's move on to another Florida Mox story, shall we?
Right. Wait, the Rendo though?
I go again after you.
Ah, right. All right, let me just pull it up here. Let's go more fighting. Florida man. Wait for it. Steals tractor, fights police, and gets tasered.
There's a story.
Are we surprised by this?
Kinda.
All right, hold on. Let me bring it up.
Yep, take your time.
Oh, there's video.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Let's just present this to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Watch the video first, or should I read along as it's going?
No, read along as it's going.
Okay. A Florida man who stole a tractor and proceeded to fight. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah. Proceeded to fight with a arresting police officer before being tasered has been charged by local law enforcement. Charles Nicholas McNeil, who is 28, was spotted weaving on and off the road on a tractor. Excuse me, now I'm dying. By a Washington County police deputy on Friday. He was pulled over by the officer for his erratic driving style. McNeil went on to provide police with a false name and was found in possession of a knife and prescription medication bottle containing pills. Pills of what? You be the judge.
I'm going to say it was meth.
Probably meth, probably. When the deputy began to detain McNeil, he was turned away and aggressively attempted to flee, police said in a statement. As the deputy continued to apprehend McNeil, the suspect was violently struggled with the deputy, hitting the deputy as he attempted to pick up the deputy and slam into the ground. Jesus Christ. Making a bid for freedom, McNeil sprinted down Douglas Ferry Road before being tased, hitting his head and falling unconscious. What an idiot. Like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. When McNeil regained consciousness, he provided the officer with his correct name and date of birth. Wow, yeah. You tell the truth, that's you get tased and you get your head knocked out of your ass. I'm sorry, officer. Here's the truth. McNeil is charged with battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest with violence, providing a false name to law enforcement, and unauthorized possession of prescription drugs.
Well, there you go.
Really bad. You know, I've heard of people stealing Lambos and like Mercedes. Why a tractor?
Florida.
They could.
Oh yeah, the meth farms down there. Do you need a tractor for some reason?
Yeah, I'm sure that it seemed like a good idea at the time.
He was, look, it's another story that starts with, well, I was drunk. That's how it works.
There was alcohol involved and arrest warrants. It's complicated.
Complicated, retarded, that's what I say.
All right, Ren, let's get some cringe going.
All right. Man puts used girlfriend on eBay with very rude description, but it quickly backfires.
Yes. Maybe, I don't know.
A man who put his girlfriend on eBay in a listing saying she you can see she's been used, admits the plan backfired when he received a bid for up to £70,000.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Dale Leaks, 34, posted an online advert to prank his partner of almost a year, Kelly Greaves, 37. The description was far from flattering, listing her as 4 parts or not working, with a warning about constant whining noise. Comparing Kelly to an old banger, he said her bodywork is fairly tidy, but close up shows signs of wear, before admitting that the rear end leaks a bit, but nothing that can't be plugged.
Oh my God.
It gets better.
There's more?
His little joke got out of hand when he started receiving messages from people around the world. The listing quickly gained traction, racking up to 81,000 views in 24 hours and attracting more than 100 bids to reach £70,200. Dale, who lives in Essex, was inundated with hundreds of messages from potential buyers asking if they could take her for a test drive, how many previous owners she has had. And yeah, people are actually very interesting.
The landscape gardening company owner said after I put her on eBay, I just kept laughing about it, and she asked what I was laughing about. Yeah, you better not say.
Apparently, first few bids and messages were from friends who had seen that they had done it and bid on her. So the first few were just friends going, haha, I'll buy the girlfriend. But then the bid started spiraling out of control, and he was like, what have I done? Luckily, Kelly took the listing pretty well because she was pleased with the amount of money people were willing to pay.
So here's some of that D measurement. She's very narcissistic. She liked it because she started racking up the money.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
People were even asking if this woman smoked, other details about her life.
This is ridiculous.
And then
she's
she
not
turned.
that bad looking.
Oh, God. Kelly turned around and said to me, "So what price would you actually have sold me for?"
Don't answer that question. Danger, Will Robinson, danger! Do not answer that.
Oh, you
Fermion wants to know if she came with a shipping fee.
Oh, God.
She also said if the new owner had that kind of money, she was going to have a better quality of life, so it could have backfired.
Oh.
Oh, because he would have sold her for either, he said, quote, "I would have been upset, but I would have been crying in either a Lamborghini or a Ferrari."
Damn.
That's how much he would have sold her for.
Wow. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
All right. So back to science it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I've got 3 articles. Randomness, the Pentagon, or Satan. Which one do you want?
You know that even if you ask the chat, you know they're going to say Satan. Plus, Satan is in the title of the video, of the stream, so we have to choose Satan.
We don't have to choose Satan right now.
We do. You offered it.
Okay. Satan ruled out as experts puzzle over mysterious flaming pit in Arkansas.
A mysterious flaming pit.
Experts are trying to determine the cause of flames of up to 12 feet high spontaneously erupting from a pit in Midway, Arkansas last month. So far, they've come up empty, but they know what didn't cause it. As far as the spiritual Satan goes, we've ruled that out, County Judge Mickey Pendergrass told Arkansas Democrat Gazette. He didn't come up and stick his pitchfork in the ground and blow out that hole. The fire burned for about 40 minutes on September 17th from a hole believed to have been made by animals, the newspaper said. I took a temperature reading of it, and it showed 780 degrees inside the hole, Fire Chief Donald Tucker told the Springfield News Leader. But what caused it? I have no idea. There's no gas lines nearby. There was no smell of natural gas. He also ruled out a meteor strike as the 3-foot deep pit had been there for some time. I can't think of any geologic situation that would allow that to happen. Not in this area, Ty Johnson, an Arkansas Geological Survey geologist, told KY3. There's not any fossil fuels or natural gas or petroleum that occurs in the area. Jim something that I can't pronounce, Sierzchula, Sirzchula? Jim, director of Baxter County Office of Emergency Management, told the news leader that there used to be a gas station nearby, but there's no indication that it caused the fire. Jim said there were lightning strikes in the area the night before. What ignited it and what fueled it, we still don't know, Pendergrass told KY3, and it may remain forever a mystery.
No, it was the devil.
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
It's the Bible Belt.
So automatically it has to be it.
Of course it's the devil.
Fermion says it could be someone throwing Taco Bell into the pit.
Mm.
I mean, he's not wrong. Did someone put some of the fire sauce in there or something?
Maybe. Zero Gold says Antoine is a blood raven. I don't know what that means, but Antihero says you mean he's technically on our side, but he steals anything that isn't nailed down. I don't steal things.
No, but you send other people out to steal them for you.
But, well, that's... Shh! You're not supposed to say that out loud.
What? It's not like Sarah and Shade are subtle.
That's very true. I mean, Shade tries to be subtle, but he's about as subtle as a wet fart in church.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The subtlety's not his strong point.
All right. I do have. There's a couple of things that I can choose from. Let's see.
So give us an intriguing word out of every title, and we'll tell you which one it is.
Nope, we're gonna go with this one because it starts. It's about Steven Seagal.
He's fat.
All right. Oops. I know how this works.
Are you sure?
Moxley. Steven Seagal walks out of interview after being asked about sexual assault claim.
Oh,
Another one?
he's still fat
Yes, he's still fat.
with his Monday Matt goatee.
Oof. Yeah.
He looks like a boulder. Okay, I'm done.
Steven Seagal walked out. That's another one about the BBC. Why is BBC doing this? Steven Seagal walked out of the BBC Newsnight interview on Thursday when he was asked about being accused of sexual misconduct in the US amid the #MeToo movement. The moment happened when host Christy Walk told Seagal, "In terms of your life in America, you've been very much caught up in the allegations of sexual harassment. You had a rape allegation against you, and I wonder how you deal with all that." Seagal then pulled off his earpiece and wordlessly left the chair where he was conducting the interview. He forgot to take the microphone off, and off-screen, someone can be heard helping him remove it. "Hello, Steven Seagal," Walk responded before pivoting immediately into a report. Seagal there, and of course, though he didn't respond there, he has said previously that he denies any allegations made against him. So then why did you ask him again? Seagal has been accused of misconduct or strange solo encounters by several major Hollywood figures, including Juliana Margulies and Portia de Rossi. I don't know who that second one is. In September, the LA County District Attorney's Office declined to prosecute a sex crimes case involving Seagal, an alleged sexual assault that took place in 1993, because the statute of limitations had passed. Inside Edition correspondent Lisa Guerrero recalled an audition where Seagal was wearing only a silk kimono and being asked to attend a private rehearsal with him. Regina Simmons says the actor sexually assaulted her at a wrap party for one of his films in which she was an extra. And that's about it. Me Too everywhere.
So Steven Seagal was the douchebag he looks like?
Oh, yeah. There's
Shocking.
Numerous stories about this you can look up.
Okay.
So Steven Seagal's a douchebag. What else is new?
And he's
No one is
Japanese, apparently.
surprised by this.
And Russian.
Yeah, it's not shocking when it's someone that everyone says a douchebag turns out to be a douchebag.
And he's fat.
You like making that point, don't you, there, Moxley?
He was my hero at one point. He's ashamed the way he turned out.
All right.
I love the 90s.
He used to be so sexy, and now he's...
You thought Steven Seagal, we cannot be friends anymore.
When he was younger, yeah.
Nope.
When he was
We are no longer friends. I don't know who you are. I disavow all of this. We need a new co-host.
Balding and runs like a sissy.
All right, get out of my house.
Now let's talk about this. I have a contract with you.
It's a month to month. I can kick you out whenever I want.
That's technically not true.
That is true. Get out of my house.
No.
Yes.
You can't kick me out because of a stream.
I can kick you out for whatever reason I want.
That's not fair.
Life's not fair. You're the one who just said we're not friends anymore, so get out.
Let's discuss this off air.
Okay.
About to have a domestic over here.
So let's let's segue into something even stupider. Another Florida man story, shall we, Moss?
Well, it's not really more of a man; it's more of a dog. If you haven't noticed, there's a little Rottweiler / boxer mix over my right shoulder.
Sorry.
Kind of a sad story, but it kind of ends well. Kind of. Well, hopefully, we'll see. Dog dies on gator that attacked him in Ormond Beach.
Hold on. Let me bring it up. What?
Kind of a messed up story, but it ends well.
For the dog, not the gator.
No, the gator got fucked up.
All right.
Ormond Beach, Florida. A dog attacked by a gator got a bit of revenge at his welcome home party. A gator got the first bite, but old Jack's gonna get the last bite because I'm gonna feed it to him. Danny Westbury told WESH 2 News. That's some. I don't know how gator tastes, but I hope sweet revenge. Jack, a 110-pound Rottweiler boxer mix, was attacked by a 9-foot alligator in September. The outlook for the dog did not look good at first. As far as what I was feeling, I was scared. It was like your own child has been run over by a car or eaten by an alligator, Westbury said. Jack and Westbury have been back and forth to Jacksonville for surgeries and treatment in order to get Jack back on his feet. The gator that attacked Jack was deemed a nuisance. It was trapped and killed within a day. The trapper promised Westbury a pound of the gator meat. Westbury said he exactly knew what to do with it. On Sunday morning, Jack's friends threw him a welcome home party, complete with cake and fried gator. Westbury said, Jack is tired and sore, but he's alive, and that's all that matters. And Westbury said, he'll be scarred up, but I love him anyway. He loves me, and I'm ugly. I love him if he's ugly.
Oh, that's sad and I mean, yeah, the dude's ugly. Holy shit.
Yeah. Man's best friend.
I mean, at least it turned out well for the dog.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do cringe, Ren, or do you want to do fun?
Let's see. We'll go cringe. This is going on with the girlfriend theme. Technically, I've been informed this is an old one, but it's a good one.
An oldie but a goodie.
A controlling woman lists 22 things her boyfriend is banned from doing.
Banned. And they got the fat guy with the. Oh, God.
If you go down, that's not the video. If you go down, you see the picture of the list. This was found in a car.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good God.
Story by this. This was found by a guy in a car that was traded in.
Okay.
So it was in the glove compartment or something. But the list is... I think the relationship had problems.
This bitch crazy.
Slight problems, yes.
Just like, I mean, can't follow any women on Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram.
Well, let's see.
Let's go down this list, shall
Yeah,
we?
just start from the top and go down.
Yeah. Not allowed to have a single girl's phone number.
What if it's your boss?
Or your mother.
If she's single, apparently you can't have the number.
That's fucked up.
Not allowed to follow any of them on social media, including Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter.
Okay.
Not allowed to hang out with this person's friend, including at his house or anywhere in public.
So apparently she did not like Keegan.
No.
Is his name Keegan Michael Key?
I don't know. Not allowed to go to Honda without her. Don't know what that one means. Not allowed to hang out with your friends more than 2 times a week.
Fuck this bitch.
What?
Wow.
Not allowed to look at a single girl.
Wait. How does he know she's single?
Does he mean a girl singer or like one singular girl?
I don't know. They both. If a girl comes up to you at any place or at any time, you are to walk away.
That's rude. That's just rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Mo is not allowed to hang out with us every time we hang out, so apparently she didn't like the friend Mo either.
Nobody likes Mo.
You're not to bring up Tyler, Noah, Devin, or Josh ever again.
Well, no, hold on.
Hold on.
You are not allowed. You are not to ask for head.
That's where us men draw the line.
Not to get mad at her for a single thing ever again.
What?
What?
You destroyed my car. Well, because of this list, I cannot get mad at you.
Yeah. Not allowed to drink unless the person is with him.
Hold on. I have a theory about the you are not to bring up Tyler, Noah, Devin, or Josh ever again. Something tells me these are male friends of his soon, hopefully, ex-girlfriend that she has banged more than once.
Probably makes sense with the not allowed to get mad at me ever again list.
Yes.
Let's see.
I'm allowed to do a phone check whenever I please.
What? She's not the TSA.
If they move in together, there is never to be any girls at the house.
Okay.
If they move in together, their friends will rarely be allowed to come over.
The
Ah.
next one.
Oh, if I catch you around girls, I kill you.
And then the side note. Sorry, Buster.
Yeah. You are not to ditch me for your friends.
I would have ditched you for my friends a long time ago.
Apparently, other friend she has an issue with. Austin does not control when this person hangs out with this other one.
The rattlesnake?
I mean, Steve Austin would have like
Done this bitch.
yes.
Yes. To go on a legit date once every 2 weeks at least. If she says jump, he's supposed to say, "How high, princess?"
Ah. There it is.
She also requested that the guy tell her that he loved her at least once a day, so she knows he's not messing around, and he's never to take longer than 10 minutes to text her back.
What if he's driving? What the fuck?
Yeah. The best part is all the messages that came down underneath, which is someone saying, "She sounds crazy," but it also sounds like he cheated on her and she took him back. So lots of people saying run.
Right.
I would definitely have run far away.
Yeah, and I like the last one. One man who had been in a situation similar commented, "I dated a girl who once gave a similar list. I couldn't stop laughing when I walked home. It was a 3-hour walk."
And he did the right thing. And she was never heard from again.
I wonder what she looked like.
No one is that hot.
No one's hot enough that you look at that list and go, "Okay, well, there goes any talking to any female relatives or friends or anyone."
Any human, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Ishtar, you got something?
I have several things.
You have several things?
I do have several things. None of them are as terrifying as that list from Ms. Controlling Bitch. But I have things. Let's go with something equally terrifying. The Pentagon wants to make an army of virus-spreading insects. Scientists are concerned.
Scientists, normal people.
Everybody's concerned.
Yeah, we got one here right now.
Yeah. Can a task force of insects carrying genetically modified viruses save America's farms, or are they an uncontrollable bioweapon in the making? This is the debate swirling around a controversial new Pentagon research project called Insect Allies, funded by the Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA.
Of course it's DARPA.
The project involves using gene editing techniques like CRISPR to infect insects with modified viruses that could help make America's crops more resilient. If a cornfield were hit by an unexpected drought or suddenly exposed to a pathogen, for example, Insect Allies might deploy an army of aphids carrying a genetically modified virus to slow the corn plant's growth rate. According to the DARPA website, these targeted therapies could take effect in a single growing season, potentially protecting the American crop system from food security threats like disease, flooding, frost, or even threats introduced by state or non-state actors. Members of the scientific community are skeptical. In a letter published today in the journal Science, a team of 5 scientists voiced concerns that the project could easily be exploited as a biological weapon, or at least be perceived as one by the international community. In our opinion, the justifications are not clear enough. For example, why do they use insects? They could use spraying systems. Silja Voeneky, a co-author of the letter and professor of international law at the University of Freiburg in Germany, told the Washington Post. To use insects as a vector to spread diseases is a classical bioweapon. Blake Bechstein, a program manager for Insect Allies, is less concerned. No shit, he works for them. Anytime you're developing a new and revolutionary technology, there is that potential for both offensive and defensive capability, Bechstein told the Washington Post. But it's not what we're doing. We are delivering positive traits to plants. We want to make sure we ensure food security, because food security is national security in our eyes. Insect Allies is still in the early stages of development, and at least 4 U.S. colleges, Boyce Thompson Institute, Penn State University, The Ohio State University, and the University of Texas at Austin, have received funding to carry out research. Bechstein told the Washington Post that the project recently achieved its first milestone, testing whether an aphid could infect a stalk of corn with a designer virus that caused fluorescence. According to the Washington Post, the corn glowed. Woo! Technicolor corn!
So basically what this Bechstein said is, trust me, I'm a doctor, or at least I play one on TV. That was, really? They talked to the person? I don't see a problem with this. I work for the company. We're not dying.
We haven't died, so you'll be fine.
No, I don't need genetically. I don't mind GMOs. I understand why they have them. But we don't need genetically modified insects.
No.
No, Grim.
Nope.
Grim says, I wonder if it will make little glowing spots in my poo.
Ew!
Oh.
Too far, Grim. Too far. We've talked about everything else in here. That was too far. Well, I don't have another article, so we're going to go on something else. I had 2.
All right, and looks like
Good boy.
you back.
Okay, there we go.
So, yes, you hang your head in shame, Grim. Hang it! So, we go back to Moxley. Do you have anything else?
Apparently Jacksonville is not as good as Miami, so nope, no more stories.
So, are you saying Jacksonville lost?
No, but they will beat the Cowboys, or I swear to God, I'm going to get angry.
I'll prepare to get angry.
By the way, I promise to make one Dallas Cowboys rip every show.
Who did you promise that to, and why?
Me, myself, and you.
Nope, you're only here on trial basis.
Then I'll enjoy it while it lasts.
All right, so let's go
Cowboys
back.
suck.
So, do we want to... we have 2... I see 3 articles left. So, we'll do one from Ren, then Ishtar, and then the last one from Ren.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, do you want the zoo animals and their too sugary fruit, or the best advent calendar ever made?
Well, I mean, we can't talk about the animals and too sugary fruit. Moxley is here.
I'm not an animal.
Could
I
have.
wasn't calling you an animal. I was calling you a fruit.
Picture me, man, Florida. You suck.
Animals it is then. Zookeepers in Melbourne have to wean their animals off fruit, which is now so full of sugar it has made them fat and rotted their teeth.
So they're Americans.
There you go.
Yeah. The cultivation and selective breeding of the fruit has made the fruit so sugary that they are now too unhealthy for the animals. This is why the Melbourne Zoo has decided to switch its animals' diet towards green leafy vegetables, and the red pandas are given panda pellets that are packed with vitamins and minerals.
Oh, look, it's Moxley's cousin.
You sure that looks like Bart Simpson to me?
Apparently, the red pandas and a bunch of other animals decided they liked the fruit best and were only eating that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not good.
They were avoiding their vegetables.
Oh, so they're 5-year-olds.
Yes.
Basically.
Shouldn't zookeepers know this already?
you think?
You think. But yeah, that's just the story. They had to work hard to make sure that the fruit wouldn't continue to cause a problem for the animals in the zoo.
I mean, I understand. I mean, they were giving them fruit and vegetables, right?
Yes.
Here's what I think they should have done. Give them fruit after they've eaten their vegetables. You know, it's like a treat. You train them to eat the food, and then they get their treat. It's how you do it to rats.
Does it work? Does that work on you?
No.
Damn.
I'm the one who cooked tonight.
My God, he's learning.
I didn't even have to give him a cookie.
Ha, ha, ha.
Good job, Antoine.
See if I make you chocolate strawberry waffles again.
See if I make you cake again.
Touche.
Yeah, uh-huh. I win.
This is not fair.
Who said it had to be fair?
All right.
You think we fight fair?
No,
Well,
I
you
know
don't.
you don't. Yeah, I know you don't fight fair. All right, so there is one more from Ish.
I can do that.
Science us up.
Yes, science this bitch.
You got it. Scientists across the globe are hunting for pure randomness. They're looking for Antoine.
Wait, not me.
You take the interstate to get home and rely on the water utility for a drink. But have you ever felt the need for some publicly available randomness?
No.
Governments and researchers around the world think you might, with the projects in the works to produce public sources or beacons of randomness. From quantum physics experiments to distributed projects that bring anyone with a laptop could produce, a wide range of efforts aim to bring randomness to your fingertips. Publicly available randomness helps ensure online security, free elections, and fair immigration practices. And
How the fuck?
I don't know. Shut up and let me finish talking. It may even help. It may even help address deep questions about the nature of the universe. But producing these randomness beacons, secure, truly random numbers that the public can trust, poses huge challenges, sending researchers into the quantum realm and beyond in search of fundamentally unpredictable phenomena. Here's why scientists see randomness as a public utility and how they're trying to make a mess for your sake. Excuse me.
You can't yawn while you're on air.
Shut up. What counts as random? We've all experienced it, but may not know exactly what it is. Randomness is the level of disorder and unpredictability in a system. True, pure randomness is fundamentally unpredictable, said physicist Christer Schalm, who leads quantum experiments for the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology. For instance, if you watched a source of truly random numbers forever, over time, your odds of getting any given number would be the same. Randomness differs slightly from the related term entropy, which is a numerical measure of disorder. Why would anyone want to increase disorder in the world? Antoine, we're looking at you.
Hey, I do not increase disorder. Why are you? I am bringing about chaos. That's what I am bringing about. I am helping these people out.
Okay, you hold on to that thought. It turns out public sources of randomness can aid in a number of tasks, from safeguarding complex cryptography to shuffling card decks in online games, says Iwa Sita, a computer scientist at Trinity College in Connecticut.
Gesundheit.
I know, EWASYTA. Public randomness is used in any kind of system that requires some way to make a decision. To do anything where you want some fair way to agree upon things, Sita told Live Science. Basically, what public randomness gives you is a way to implement a fair coin toss. The public part of these projects guarantees that multiple parties can verify and trust that toss, said Michael Fisher, a Yale University computer scientist who consulted on a new government beacon of randomness. Not only are the beacon's outputs freely available, but the underlying methods and outputs archives are also public.
She's dying.
You want choices that are free of influence from people with particular agendas, Fisher said. Which is always nice to know. Creating these public spigots of entropy or randomness beacons, however, is extremely challenging. These beacons use a variety of sources.
God,
What?
this article is ginormous.
Yes.
Not that bad.
It's a long D factor right there. Boom.
Moxley, you get the raise.
All right.
Ren, why did we hire these two again?
How much is that from zero?
Well, Antoine, we needed the channel for. Moxley's only here on a trial basis.
Gotcha.
I need this job, please.
Where was I? Whatever the source, though, beacon producers have similar goals. The output should be unpredictable, autonomous, and consistent, meaning different users can expect to get the same random string from the beacon, according to NIST. The latter two traits greatly affect trust and usability. The first one addresses the heart of randomness. That question, how do you know if something's truly random? That's a really deep and difficult problem, Schalm told Live Science. The key is unpredictability. That definitely rules you out, Antoine. You're very predictable.
I am not.
Sweet, I'm in.
How am I predictable?
Do you want me to talk about your daily schedule?
Look in the mirror.
It's like clockwork.
It is not.
It is too. While many things in nature appear chaotic, they almost always have underlying structures or order that someone could, in theory, use to make predictions. That makes finding truly random, fundamentally unpredictable numbers devilishly hard. For example, Schalm said, think of a football game's coin toss, that icon of randomness. If you knew exactly how much pressure the referee was applying to the coin, and as it flips in the air, how much turbulence interacts with it, you can predict exactly how that thing's going to land, he said.
Yeah, but those are impossibilities.
That depends on whether or not you can get someone who's smart enough to do it. Why don't you do that for a little while?
Because football is boring. And,
No,
and the Cowboys suck anyway.
Damn right they do.
Fuck you both, and I was talking about the
Later.
coin flips. You wish, Mox.
Later.
You wouldn't know what to do with it even if you got the chance.
Later.
No.
Cowboys suck.
You suck.
Here, Antoine, I can prove you're predictable. Check your DMs.
Oh, God.
You fool.
All right.
Let's see. Despite these difficulties, scientists are forging ahead to create public sources of randomness. This July, NIST least the production instance of its randomness beacon, a version it plans to maintain indefinitely. This service broadcasts random strings of 512 bits or units of computer data every minute, with the output time-stamped and signed.
I just have to say, Red, Hachi Machi.
What did you send
Predictable.
him?
I sent him something that usually distracts him for like 5 minutes.
Okay, let's finish that. The researchers at NIST began their search for entropy sources in the quantum realm. Quantum mechanics, at its heart, is a random theory. For example, you can't predict exactly when a particular radioactive atom will decay, only probability, wrote Scott Aronson, the director of Quantum Information Center at the University of Texas in Austin. Quantum mechanics says things happen randomly, Shalm said. You can't predict what's going to happen exactly, you can only predict probabilities. So the current beacon relies in part on quantum-based random number generator. This device measures the arrival time of photons produced by an attenuated laser, which emits photons at random times. This beacon combines that output with the production of commercial random number generators, which rely on electronic circuit noise instead of quantum properties. Does anyone understand what this is saying?
No.
Okay, skipping on. It's confusing. Let's see. That's confusing. Summing up, because NIST Beacon keeps an archive, it could help governments prove their immigration practices are fair. For example, the U.S. Diversity Immigration Visa Program, aka Green Card Lottery, awards visas to people from countries with historically low U.S. immigration, selecting potential recipients randomly from these regions. However, some might accuse the purportedly random program of biases, for example, against Muslims. But if you pick lottery winners using an external source of randomness like ours, you can't make that argument. The government can just reference the archive. We're taking what Einstein would call a bug and turning it into a feature, Shalm said. The universe is random, and that's okay. There are interesting things that come out of that. Good.
I'm sorry, what? Is the article over? I fell asleep.
Ren, you
Yeah?
need to send him another picture because apparently he's just not here anyway. Yes, the article is over. That was really long.
Oh, thank God.
It's okay.
Let's get to the. It is the holiday season, is it not?
Yes, and this is the only Christmas thing I found that I'm okay with it coming out this early.
So I think it would be a good idea to end on a bright, happy, cheerful, holiday-esque note.
Oh boy.
Bailey's has come out with an advent calendar that is filled with mini bottles of booze.
Ooh.
This is the best advent calendar ever.
You can open it. This is sold for £18 on a UK website. I'm sure people in other countries could order it. And it has 24 little doors, and for the first 21 days, you find a Bailey's chocolate truffle behind each door. Then on days 22, 23, and 24, leading up to Christmas, you not only find Bailey's truffles, but actual Baileys.
Ishtar?
Yes.
We're getting this advent calendar.
I'm getting this advent calendar. You're shit out of luck.
Fine, I'll buy one myself.
That's probably a good idea because I don't share very well.
It does only come with truffles most of the days and only 3 little bottles of Baileys.
Probably why it's only £18.
Yeah.
Hey, those Bailey's truffles are fucking good. Just so you know.
Moxley, you're not old enough.
What?
You're not old enough. Not allowed.
Oh, I didn't see that part. That's
God damn.
apparently there's other versions too. We go down to that part. Apparently there's a Tanqueray calendar. So gin advent calendar. There's a one that's full of fancy chocolates. There's a coffee one, but I think they have gin and they have Baileys for advent calendars options.
And whiskey. famous grouse calendar full of whiskey.
Yeah, and whiskey. What better way to celebrate the lead up to Christmas?
December.
All of December, it's just like, what liquor do we get today?
With the way work is at my job, December, this is a great thing.
Well, aside from the technical difficulties at the beginning of this, I think this was a successful episode of MSNBC, don't you think?
I think so.
Well, we had people who like to talk to us. We discovered that Satan is not showing up in Arkansas, that Bailey's has an amazing calendar waiting to be ordered, and that Antoine is not a narcissistic psychopath.
We also found out that a dog does like gator meat. People in Florida are still insane. And the best way to get rid of a hobo is set him on fire.
I don't know about best way, but it is a way.
It's effective.
And we also learned a bunch of science stuff that no one understood because Ishtar wouldn't stop talking.
Hey, it just means we're all somewhat smarter for hearing it.
You're welcome. Antoine needs all the help he can get.
That's not true. I get enough help.
Get better help.
Especially from cranberry pomegranate juice and rum.
It was delicious.
He's gotten all the help he needs.
We also found out that OBS does not like my computer, apparently, even if I restart it like three fucking times. So, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, on MSNBC, my snarky news broadcast channel. I am, of course, Anton the Great, and I have been joined by my lovely, gorgeous co-hosts, Reading Wren from Shitlords Anonymous, and, of course, Ishtar from Army of Snarkness and her own Twitch channel. And we've also been joined by the young up-and-comer in the races, my little Moxley. Just make sure if you're going to pay him, feed him carrots. It's so he can grow.
Jags rule, Cowboys suck. Tune in on the 14th where the Jags beat the Cowboys. If they lose, God have mercy on your soul.
We're done talking to you now.
No, you're not. The Cowboys will fall that day.
So, thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, this is MSNBC, my snarky news broadcast channel. All of the news, none of the pants. You all have a wonderful evening.
Good night.
Good night.